going on the road. Tigers in the road orange, Virginia in the home white. Our officials this afternoon, Adam Flore, Ted Valentine, and Jerry Keeter. We are underway. March is here. College basketball. Buckle up. And it all begins on a loaded Saturday from Charlottesville, Virginia. Clemson starts with the basketball.
Big test for the Virginia defense. They've got to contain the dribble.
Now Viktor Lahkin gets into the paint, and that's where Virginia's been most fragile. You take a look at the Cavaliers starting five. It's amazing. They've been playing their best basketball when they turn it into a shootout, not a defensive grind fest like we're accustomed to.
And that's where Clemson has to lock in defensively. But you can see they're having
great feed, and Blake Buchanan hammers it home.
Having trouble there, keeping the ball. You got to contain the dribble. Great pass. These two unselfish teams, the ball moves well. Both teams getting the ball in the paint. Got to guard your man one-on-one.
The Hunter brothers in the backcourt. Dylan Hunter finishes that one at the rim.
That's been the issue with Virginia, is guarding the basketball. And you got to do your job guarding it, but it's got to be more resistance. They can't just drive by you and get a ball, you basket, lay up. It's got to be more resistance at the rim.
Saunders lines up the three, but can't connect. Now, this has been a special season for Clemson. 15 ACC wins, the most in program history. 7 of them coming on the road. That's the first offensive possession where they come up empty.
And this is where Blake Buchanan and the big men can help offset Viktor Lahkin and Ian Schieffelin. Just beat him down the floor, try to out-hustle him in offensive transition.
Ian Schieffelin, his 22nd birthday today. His first basket off the window and in for 2.
It's a great matchup, he and Saunders. Who wins that matchup today can really shift the way this game is being played.
Schieffelin's season-high 24 points in the win on Wednesday night against Notre Dame. He's coming into form. Here's McKneely. He also had a season-high midweek. Passes off, Saunders into a double team, draws the foul. There's Clemson head coach Brad Brownell, most wins in program history. You know, when Leonard Hamilton retires, Brownell's going to be the longest tenured coach in the ACC. You were giving him some jokes pregame.
I did. He needs to grow a beard or something, man. Let the gray show at this point. He's the old man of the league now.
And if Pat Kelsey didn't exist in Louisville, he'd be your ACC Coach of the Year.
Absolutely. Pat Kelsey's done a heck of a job. It's hard to deny that, but Brad Brownell is as good as he gets, and it's amazing all the talk about whether he was going to be here in years past, and look where he is now. This Clemson team is loaded, it's balanced, it's experienced. And everyone's talking. This team is ready for it. You know, they're one game back. Duke loses the game. They're right there at the top of this league for the ACC regular season title.
Turnover. Lahkin put it over the head of Jaden Zachary. And there's Ron Sanchez, interim head coach of Virginia. You know, they weathered the storm in the middle of the season. They won 4 of 5 before losses to Duke, North Carolina, and then bounced back on the road Wednesday against Wake Forest. You look at those last 8 games, and this is a much improved Virginia team.
But you can see now differently the way Clemson is guarded. They're switching those pin down screens. They're not going to allow Virginia to come off those pin downs and shoot wide open threes.
McKneely cashes in on his first triple.
But dribble penetration will force rotation. And this team is playing with so much confidence right now, shooting the basketball well. They must make threes. I think the magic number for them is get around 10 threes. They average 8 a game. Last 10 games offensively, this team has just exploded. Moving back to their mover blocker offense.
Lahkin working against Buchanan. Good defense from the sophomore. McKneely wants it. He gets it. Dumps it down to Saunders. Working against Dylan Hunter. Hand off. McKneely. Got it again! Isaac McKneely buries back-to-back threes.
This is an unselfish play by Saunders. Has the post-up advantage. Has the size advantage on Dylan Hunter inside. Decides to come out, screen, get McKneely for another three.
Lahkin going right at Buchanan again. And he draws the foul. Viktor Lahkin at the foul line, but
because they're closer to the right side of the bubble. They get the Duke Blue Devils at home. They win that game. I think they get themselves in. Then you get in the ACC tournament. You know, win a game or two there, and I think they're in. Everyone else has more work to do. Wake has a chance to beat Duke. Beating them in Cameron will go a long ways to getting them in as well. So those three teams are fighting. I do think only one of them get in, as you said.
Could we see an NC State type run? Not them, but somebody like them or Virginia Tech a few years ago just come out of nowhere and steal a bit.
You have to say it's always possible because NC State did it. I mean, they're a talented team. There's some good teams in the bottom half of the conference that are starting to play good basketball, and we're looking at one of them, and that's Virginia.
Yeah, playing their best basketball at the right time of the year. Dumped down, Saunders goes up and hits it.
This is not the Virginia team that we saw the first half of the season. The last 10 games, this team has been totally different. They know who they are. Basketball's moving. They're finding the right guys. They're playing unselfish. This is the only thing that's bothering them right now is that they're too spread out in their pack line defense. Got to stay and guard the basketball here. If you see the switch, great read. Saunders tacks inside, gets Jaden Zachary on his back, shoots the hook. His ability to punish that switch is going to be critical. They are not allowing the Virginia guards to come off that pin down. They're going to switch that. If he starts punishing that switch, then maybe they'll be forced to lock and chase.
Lahkin looking through the back door. Rhodey knocked it out of bounds. So it'll be Clemson ball underneath their own hoop. 9 seconds to shoot.
What happens is when we talked about so much about, they call it size, their mover blocker offense, it allows them to control the pace of the game. Because you can't pressure them. You're just constantly chasing and locking, locking and trailing on screens, or you're switching. It's got to disrupt the rhythm.
Zachary pull up, pop, misfires. Clemson has gone more than 3 minutes without a field goal, and Virginia's made their last 3 shots. Who's in front by 5 early? McKneely got it again. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Isaac McKneely, he's already knocked down 3 threes.
He left Brownell over there just shaking his head. There's nothing you can do.
McKneely doesn't trigger the heat check. With that last made 3, he just moved up to 5th all-time in Virginia history in made 3s. Passing Sean Singletary.
Really good players on that list, but he's a better man than me, Jay, because there's no way I would have passed that one. That was going out. That was without question. I'm shooting. I made 3 already in the first 5 minutes of the game, and you turn it down shots. That just shows you how connected this group is right now, but there's no way I'm passing that. Absolutely no way.
And Virginia on a 13-1 run against a Clemson team that has won 5 in a row, 6 straight ACC road wins. They've been super consistent in January and February. Playing their first game in March with big aspirations, trying to win an ACC championship, trying to go as far they can in March Madness, an Elite 8 appearance a year ago. They're getting tested on the road. McKneely battling with Zachary for the loose ball, and Zachary called for a reach-in.
Jaden Zachary is taking the challenge. Ideally, Clemson wants him guarding Isaac McKneely to chase him off that screen. He's as good a two-way guard as you'll find. Really good on-ball defender. Want to avoid picking up early fouls, because if he gets in foul trouble, then you got to take him off and put him on a less aggressive offensive player.
Day Ames, his foot on the line, turnover. Now McKneely's picked up right where he left off Wednesday night in the win against Wake Forest, a season-high 27. And today he's hit all 3 threes that he's attempted. How does Clemson find an offensive rhythm, a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes here?
But they're trying to force the ball inside to take advantage of their physical presence inside. Just run your offense now, but they got to get stops.
Hyde Breeder, that rims out no good. Up ahead, too much on it, looking for the freshman Jacob Kofi.
That's something that we've seen. We talked about that, whether it's Kofi, whether it's Buchanan. They're trying to rim run fast to force a switch to get a matchup. This Virginia team, this is where they're a little bit different than the past. We've made comparisons offensively to going back to Tony Bennett and move a blocker offense. They will push and score in the first 8 seconds in transition.
Clemson 5 minutes without a basket. They've missed their last 4 shots. Who's going to ignite this offense? Chase Hunter. He's been doing that all season long.
He has, without question. He's a first-team All-ACC guard. I mean, that's just, you need a bucket, you go to him. But this is the end of the floor. They've got to calm down and get stops.
Ames, that rolls off the rim, no good. Here's Viktor Lahkin working against the freshman. Lahkin in attack mode, through contact, off the window and in for 2.
Great job by Viktor Lahkin. He can score inside, but when he also can space you at the 3-point line and put the ball on the deck. He's an added weapon to this Clemson team. I mean, 3-point shooter, drives it, passes it, really skilled big man.
Zachary all over Rhodey. He retreats. Shot clock down to 10. Sharma gets free. Can't hit it. Battle for the board. It'll stay Virginia's way.
The depth at their guard spot, led by Chase Hunter, is just unique. And I think this team is poised for a deep tournament run, and I don't think anybody's really talking about them enough.
A lob out of the timeout, well defended, falls to McKneely. He leaves it short.
There's no panic with this team, so they're going to continue to execute their offense. Going to force McKneely to have to continue to shoot the basketball at a high level.
Hunter, so crafty. Chase Hunter, high off the window and in.
And he's a dude. He's a closer.
And that's 1,700 points for Chase Hunter. What a career he has had at Clemson. 8th player to do it in Tigers history.
He's also a dad. He told me that it changed his life. I got to ask him, is Dylan being a good uncle helping babysit at times?
As Andrew Rhodey cashes in with the floater. Now the leadership that Chase Hunter brings, the experience from that postseason run a year ago. When you ask Brad Brownell what makes this team special, he says we're old,
yes,
we're experienced, and it has shown up as the season has gone later and later. Right now on a 5-game winning streak, they've been terrific on the road. You said it, they're just so difficult to beat. You have to earn it. A team that has only lost 5 times this season, 3 of them have been in overtime. Buchanan rocks the rim. And Virginia back up by 4.
And when we talk about being balanced, it's just multiple ways in how they do it, even in how they attack you. This is a 7-footer at the middle of the floor initiating their offense. And he isn't just a post player, he's a skilled guy at guards. You can see the lane opens up for these guys that dribble and attack.
A good defense by Day Ames to force the Dylan Hunter miss. Clemson had made 4 in a row before that miss. Here's McKneely. He has the hot hand. Fires. Missed it that time. And a foul on the rebound. Buchanan with Viktor Lahkin. It'll stay Cavaliers ball. Gives us time to remind you, NBA Saturday prime time on ABC later tonight. Warriors and Sixers. NBA countdown begins at 8 Eastern with tip-off at 8:30. Midway through this first half, Virginia has controlled the tempo against number 13 Clemson. A 4-point lead for the Cavaliers. Alley-oop! We have liftoff. Elijah Saunders.
It's a great job of the baseline out of bounds there. Back screen, no communication, and Saunders with the lob dunk.
Here's Jaden Zachary in attack mode, working against Rode. He muscles it to the rim for two.
They're spacing on a perimeter with so many guys. They're big, shoot threes. When their guards get inside, they can play inverted, where allowing their guards to attack, they can post their guards. Schieffelin and Viktor Lahkin ability to stretch the defense, pulls your bigs away from the rim.
14 of Clemson's 17 have come in the paint. Batted around, Lahkin controls it. So the Tigers with a clear game plan, and that's to go inside. They've been most effective. They go right back inside. Schieffelin, uncontested layup.
Well, that's the high-low action is a big part of this Clemson offense. You've got to defend that duck in. You know it's coming. You do a great job of feeding the post with bounce passes.
Trying to get it to Murray, tapped away. 3-on-2 for the Tigers, and Saunders commits the foul.
You're starting to see the Clemson defense speed up Virginia a little bit. Just ducks in there. Saunders goes and gambles. And the chef is a load inside. You can't get around him. Got to do your work early guarding him.
You know, Ian Schieffelin, he is a unicorn in today's college basketball. 4 years, one school, the development. You go from 11 minutes per game as a freshman to 33 minutes per game as a senior.
And he's a dominant player, and he can't jump over a phone book. It's just, it's amazing to watch him play. He's just a physical guy. He's a high IQ guy. He's a great player. I mean, everyone wants Ian Schieffelin on their team, and doesn't rely on his athleticism, and it's just fun to watch him just completely control games.
Lahkin draws the foul. He'll be at the line when we come back. We've got a good battle in the ACC. Back and forth we go here in Charlotte.
They're going to need to run the table and win the ACC championship if they want to play in the postseason.
Now, Randolph Childress, it was 30 years ago. You provided one of the most iconic moments in that ACC tournament.
You could have just said I gave memories. You didn't have to say the year. 30 years, like really?
That's a big milestone.
It has been 30. It has been. How about that?
How many times are we going to see that between now and the end of the ACC tournament? Well, we've got a good one here in the ACC to help kick off March. Tied at 21 between Clemson and Virginia. The Tigers shooting 60% from the floor. They've made 6 of their last 7. And Virginia has cooled off. They've just made 3 of their last 10.
Now, Dayton Ames is in the game now, and he's someone that can create his shot off the bounce. So if things break down, he can create for himself and others.
Shot clock down to 3. Ames heaves a triple and hits it.
On cue, we talked about it. That's why he's in the game. He didn't start today because of Tane Murray being a senior on senior day. But he stabilized that point guard position when he became available.
And Clemson goes right back inside. The immediate answer. The Tigers have 20 points in the paint.
They're okay with playing that style, that type of game, a grind you out game as well. They're going to continue to play inside out.
Clemson has only attempted 1 3. They haven't hit any. And Virginia has knocked down 4 of them. Pull up pop, Ames. Off the mark, offensive rebound, keeps it Virginia's way.
Virginia has 4 offensive rebounds here in the first half, and they're controlling the glass. And this is a team that struggled on the year and in conference play, rebounding the basketball, but not so far today.
McKneely, Hunter all over him. Cross-court pass finds Murray. Has to heave it at the end of the shot clock. And another offensive rebound. That's 5 in this first half for the Cavaliers. Ames touches in on the second chance opportunity.
Great job getting after the offensive glass, keeping the ball alive. Best time to get a three, as you know, is off offensive rebounds.
Timeout, Clemson. JPJ Rocket.
Break you down off the bounce. Shooting 38% of that.
Virginia's played better as of late. Big reason why. Day-Day Ames, last 6 games, averaging 16 points per game.
He's a difference maker for him. He's part of this streak of why they're beginning to play such good basketball.
It's definitely been an X factor. Guarding Chase Hunter here. Lahkin lines up the 3. Can't connect. Murray chases down the rebound.
And this reminds you of how Virginia's playing, because they're controlling the tempo. They pick and choose when they want to run. They'll have their moments and their spots, and then they make you guard on the other end.
Dell Jones, the freshman, into the game for Clemson. Tigers go right back inside. Viktor Lahkin up and in for 2.
They're having a tough time protecting the basket. It's not just here today. It's been probably the only issue with the Virginia lineup. There's so much, the inexperience shows in the front court.
Here's Isaac McKneely. Trying to squeeze it into Murray. Lahkin rips it away. Zachary with a full head of steam.
And this is what I said. They'll play inverted. They'll post their guards.
Comes up empty, though. A chance to tie it at 27 goes begging. Offensive foul called against Anthony Robinson off the ball. Our final ESPN Big Monday doubleheader of the season, and it's a big one, especially for the Demon Deacons on the bubble in Cameron Indoor to take on Cooper Flag and Duke, and then Kansas against Houston. You get to see 2 of the top 4 teams in college basketball Monday.
Both teams looking for revenge. Deke's losing at home to the Blue Devils early in the year, and got the Kansas and Houston rematch going. High-level basketball to be played on Big Monday, as always.
Jones. That rolls off the rim, no good. Tapped around, it'll stay Clemson's way. Now, there was a clear game plan for Clemson going into this one, and that was attack inside. 20 of the Tigers' 25 points scored in the paint. They've only attempted 2 threes, missed them both.
It's not much of a rim protection for. Virginia has to do a good job like that, keeping the basketball in front.
Kick out, Wiggins. He misfires.
Clemson just can't get anything going. They're getting one shot. Virginia's controlling the game, not just by making shots, but they're winning on the glass, which is something they hadn't done a good job of all year long.
McKneely, tough take, draws the foul, and he'll be at the line when we come back. Virginia battling here at home. Thanks, guys. We've got a good one here in Charlottesville. Virginia leading by 2. Isaac McKneely stepping to the free throw line. You know, we've said it a few times, but Virginia has played a lot better in these last 8 games, but they have struggled against ranked teams. We saw they weren't able to compete with Duke. So this has been the most impressive performance of the season, going against number 13 Clemson, who's been outstanding on the year.
They have. They're giving up 2s, but they're making 3s. Clemson hasn't made a 3-point shot. They're only got 2 attempts. And Virginia, on the other hand, is 5 of 10 from behind the 3-point line. And they have fouls to give with Kofi inside. And with Robinson and Buchanan. They're allowing these guys to play one-on-one inside and staying home to the shooters, forcing the Clemson to beat them.
Schieffelin finds Hydebreeder. Goes right into McKneely. Good defense there by Isaac McKneely.
They're trying to stay between the ball and the basket. force you to take a contested shot, they'll live with that. They don't want to give you everything. They don't want to give you threes. They don't want to give you layups and keep you off the free throw line. They don't want to foul.
Clemson just one make on their last 7. They've missed 5 in a row. Shot clock down to 5. Rhodey tees it up. A rim rocker, Anthony Robinson on a rack attack.
Look out, everyone. This is a team you do not want to play. They don't care who they're playing right now. They're comfortable. They're confident.
Schieffelin muscling his way in, draws the foul. And you're right, we were in Winston-Salem Wednesday night, a statement win against Wake Forest, so they have picked up where they left off here against ranked Clemson.
Rhodey with the drive and the lay. Robinson punches it home on Ian Schieffelin. Lucky that's not an and one. But they're just playing at a level, they're playing confident. Again, they're giving up 2s. And it seems to be a similar formula because it's the same thing with Wake Forest. They're giving up the 2s at a high percentage in the paint. The Deeks were only made 2 threes in the last game, and right now, they're keeping Clemson to that same pace behind the three-point line.
Well, Schieffelin knocks them both down. That ends a 2.5-minute scoring drought for the Tigers, who are still in striking distance here. Their defense has kept them in it.
I mean, Clemson isn't going anywhere. They're a very good defensive team as well. Points allowed. This is the 2nd and 3rd ranked defensive teams in the ACC. They're not going to let you run away, and they know they're fighting through the screen. That's a 2nd offensive foul called in the screen. They're doing a great job of trying to stay close, chasing defenders off the screen. Setting physical screens and a mover blocker offense is a big part of what Cavaliers want to do.
So Robinson comes out for Buchanan.
Got to be still, allowing the defender a chance to get through.
Dylan Hunter passes up the 3, goes inside. Now Chase Hunter with it. 2 minutes left in the half. Step back. Nothing but air. Schieffelin bats it back, but Virginia has it.
Again, another defensive rebound. They're missing shots. That Virginia's defense doing a great job of limiting Clemson to 1 shot.
The Kofi foul that rolled around the rim, but did not drop. But the freshman has 2 coming at the line. The 2nd against Ian Schieffelin in this first half.
Virginia guards is doing a great job. When you trail that baseline runner and pin down, they're going to curl right into that ACC. If your big steps up, they'll drop it off. If he doesn't, they're going to take that mid-range jump shot. And got to mix up your coverage and how you guard it. Do you cut the screen, force them to bump to the corner, or do you lock and trail? You can't do the same thing every time.
Kofi misses them both at the line. Now, Clemson has missed their last 6 shots. How do they find something offensively before halftime?
You're getting shots. You know, this game is, we're talking a lot about how well Virginia's playing. Clemson is getting high-quality shots. You just can't get impatient and force and take bad shots. This is a 4-point game.
Shot clock down to 8. Zachary in attack mode. Missed it. But it went off the freshman Kofi, so it'll stay Clemson basketball.
Kofi surprisingly missed those 2 free throws. He's an 80% free throw shooter.
Shot clock, 4.3 on it. The Tigers have to work quickly here. Into Lahkin. Fires the 3. Missed it. That is 8 straight misses for Clemson. They've gone 4 minutes without a made field goal.
Clemson talked about being disruptive and the timing of Virginia offense. I think Virginia's doing a great job of doing that to Clemson. That time on the baseline out of bounds play, getting physical with the guard, not allowing him to set the screen.
Rhodey can't connect. So despite Clemson missing 8 in a row, Virginia unable to separate. And that's an offensive foul. Blake Buchanan took the charge. Viktor Lahkin.
Surprised to see this with the level of experience from Clemson's team. They're trying to force the tempo. Everybody's trying to make a play to create an opportunity to score. You got to make a play for your teammates. Let the ball find the open man. Right now, not enough movement in the Clemson offense.
Buchanan finds the back door. Rhodey. Ted Valentine saying wave off the basket. Foul on the floor.
It's one of those moments you don't want the officials to blow the whistle. Backdoor cut. Dylan Hunter's beat. Grab the jersey of Rhodey. It's the right call. It's definitely not an and one.
No. The foul came first. So instead of the layup counting, Andrew Rhodey will have a 1-and-1 here. Rhodey makes the front end.
Great talking to Sanchez early in the locker room. He's just has his pulse on this team. Understands everything he's gone through, and
yeah, they weathered that storm, and they're playing their best basketball.
They are.
As the calendar turns to March. A 5-point lead against 13th ranked Clemson. The Tigers have missed 8 in a row, trying to find a spark offensively right before the break. Chase Hunter, when you need a bucket, he usually delivers. Rhodey swiped it away. It stays Clemson ball. 4.8 to work with on the shot clock.
great rotation and help there. Chase Hunter, quite a bit of contact, respecting the foul there. Teddy Valentine says no.
Breeder comes in.
Yeah, the substitution here allows them to call their play and execute, change the play. Brad Brownell sent in Breeder to change the play.
They get it into Breeder. Working against McKneely. Through contact, no call. Virginia with time here. 3 seconds left in the half. Rhodey didn't get it off in time. But the Cavaliers head into the locker room with a 5-point lead against 13th ranked Clemson.
Because they are playing, the last 10 games or so, they've been playing really good offense. It's flipped early in the year. Their defense, their offense has been, they've been struggling. Now they flipped it. They're playing better on the offensive end. Defensively, they've been playing really well. They struggled, and now they figured it out again. And
they start with the basketball. Saunders triggers the three. He can't connect. And for Clemson, 27 is the 4th lowest point total of the first half this season. So didn't make a three for the first time this year. As poorly as Brad Brownell's team played offensively in that first half, you're only down 5. You're right in this thing.
There's no panic. There's no reason to be concerned. You're only down 5. The ball's got to move. You can't force shots. Execute your offense with ball movement and body movement. And anytime you can get this guy the ball, it's a good thing. And that's Chase Hunter.
Shot clock down to 4. Trying to find Schieffelin instead. Hunter, a deep contested three. Can't knock it down. Schieffelin chases it down, keeps it alive for Clemson. Great hustle. Zachary, he can't connect. Clemson's missed 12 in a row going back to the end of the first half. They got to get something to drop.
But if nothing's early, and if they're getting late to the shot clock, Chase Hunter's shot was late in the shot clock, and
Buchanan front rims it.
They got to push tempo and run. They're working for everything. Nothing is easy.
Who's going to lift the lid for Clemson? Lahkin goes inside. That rolls off the rim. Remarkably, the Tigers have been so consistent this season, and yet they've hit a big scoring drought here. They've got 13 straight misses going back to the end of the first half.
Finishing possessions has been great to see for Virginia.
Isaac McKneely, his 4th 3 of the afternoon, and it's a big one to ignite this second half.
Can't help off of him. One mistake you helped off McKneely. The second mistake was that strong side corner. You never help off strong side corner anyway.
Tried to go right back inside to Lahkin. Couldn't connect.
Just a bad angle by Chase Hunter there, trying to enter the post. Help on a drive there, and Dylan Hunter just falls asleep, and you cannot do that against McKneely. Knocking down his 4th 3. He didn't have any trouble waking up out of bed shooting today, did he?
No, he's in a good rhythm right now for Virginia. This is as well as the Cavaliers have played all season, and they're doing it on a big stage against 13th ranked Clemson. Rhodey inside, muscles that one in, and it's the largest lead of the game for Virginia, 10. Zachary off the window and in for 2. Clemson needed that bucket. Their first make since the 5:10 mark at the end of the first half. Wow.
Just outstanding defense all game long. At that time, they had a breakdown.
Good defense, stolen away. Hunter, pull-up pop, no good. Battle for the board, won by Hydebreeder. Right back inside, Schieffelin spins his way in. Tough take, Ian Schieffelin starting to cook on the inside. He leads Clemson with 10 points and a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Again, the offensive rebound. Hydebreeder dribbles out. Schieffelin takes advantage, knows he has Rhodey on him inside. Initiate contacts, takes contact, finishes off the glass.
Cashes in on the and one. And Clemson back within 5. And they're amping up their defensive pressure here.
Cut the lead in half in just 2 possessions.
Well, you said it in the first half. When Clemson's playing their best, they're stringing together stops on the defensive end, and that leads to positivity on offense.
This is the strength of this team. It's on the defensive end of the floor. We're talking about how well Virginia's playing. They only have 37 points. Clemson's defense has been solid.
Rhodey, contested take. Good bucket from Andrew Rhodey, the junior. Going inside again. Schieffelin hammers it home.
We talked about that matchup between he and Saunders. I think we have our answer. Ian Schieffelin has come out in this second half, and he's lifting the Tigers.
Saunders trying to answer. Turnaround. Hands off for Rhodey. Rhodey fades away. No good.
Clemson, continue to run your offense with pace.
In a good rhythm right now. Dell Jones, the freshman, scoop to the hoop. And Clemson's made it a 1-possession game. Here come the Tigers.
Now they get solid defense. They're starting to get stops, and they're pushing tempo on the other end. Last 3 possessions for the Clemson Tigers have been really good on both ends of the floor. Put a 10-point lead down. Here with another steal.
Jones, big impact. The freshman finishes it. Tough take. Dell Jones, back-to-back baskets. He has ignited an 11-2 Clemson run. And just like that, it's a 1-point game 5 minutes into this second half.
Brad Brownell's got to be happy with his group.
McKneely can't connect. Schieffelin rips down the rebound.
Clemson Tigers fall down by 10. Immediately ramps up their defensive intensity, get themselves right back in this game. Now with a chance to take the lead.
Schieffelin, he's had the hot hand. Cleans up his own spill and fires Clemson in front. An 8-0 Tigers run to take the lead.
Clemson's now extending their defense. Ian Schieffelin with the middle ball screen, gets it on a short roll, just plays bully ball inside, putting the Tigers on his back.
Timeout, Virginia. Clemson has their first lead since it was 6-4, and they're riding. And Clemson making the Elite Eight a year ago. This team, veteran-laden, poised for another deep postseason run, and they have proven it in this second half. A 13-2 run to grab the lead. How does Virginia respond coming out of the timeout? McKneely draws the foul. And we step a second half for the Tigers because it was Virginia that had controlled the tempo and was in the driver's seat for that entire first half.
Clemson's defense have picked up and has allowed them to get out in transition. Now they're scoring without having to play against a set Cavalier defense.
McKneely. 10 seconds to shoot. Gets it back. Goes to work against Schieffelin. Robinson trying to rip it away. Lahkin controls it. Virginia has fallen into a 3-minute scoring drought here. It's allowed Clemson to capitalize. 13-2 run for the Tigers over the last 4 minutes.
They got the freshman front line for the Cavaliers inside, driving the ball in the paint. They're concerned about Lahkin and Schieffelin. They're not helping on the drive, and veteran like Jaden Zachary takes advantage of it.
The Tigers continue to dominate in the paint. 34 of their 42 points scored in the paint today. McKneely leaves it off. Robinson wasn't ready for it. It'll save Virginia's basketball. 7 seconds to shoot underneath their own hoop.
Here, Brad Brownell yelling at his guys to get in a stance. He knows that this game is to be won. It's got to be won on the defensive end of the floor.
The shot clock down to 3. McKneely, nothing he could do with it. And you're right, Clemson's defense is dialed in this second half.
I have a general idea of what was said in the locker room. We can't repeat it, but what was said has motivated these Clemson Tigers. They have elevated their defense and starting to look like the 13th ranked team in the country.
Viktor Lahkin in attack mode. Kofi, good block.
Kofi's got to do a better job of pushing that basketball out, not allowing him to catch it so deep. Does a great job of recovering here and blocking that shot. Just got to force that flash and force Lahkin to catch a little further away.
And Kofi takes a seat after the block. You know, Clemson on a sustained run right now, 15-2 run over the last 5 minutes. Dell Jones has provided a spark off the bench. Here's the freshman again. Kick to the corner. Zachary buries it. Jaden Zachary for 3.
Great play by the freshman. Rip and drive, reject the screen, drives baseline, sprays it to the corner for a teammate.
And that is the first made 3 today by the Clemson Tigers.
That's scary, and they're up 6 here.
Brody amongst the trees, clean block. The Tigers defense continues to deliver, and it's led to an offensive rhythm. Now an 18-2 run for Clemson. They've grabbed control here in the second half.
Watch the spin.
Schieffelin going right into Robinson, the righty hook. Ian Schieffelin, and Clemson has their largest lead of the afternoon.
Chef's cooking inside. He's playing bully ball in there. Virginia's going to have to come in and double him if they can. They can't allow him to play one-on-one. Jones there with the rip, the drive, the reject. Sprays it to the corner. Jaden Zachary says, we hadn't made a 3 all day. I got you. And then back to the chef. He is cooking.
Dabo is dialed in. March is here. Dabo's ready for the ride, having some fun.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Big time three. Andrew Rohde delivers. Virginia needed that in a big way. That ends Clemson's largest run of the season. It was a 15-0 run for the Tigers before that Rohde three. My best nickname of them all has to be the Lahkin Nest monster, right?
You kidding me? It doesn't get any better than that.
Hunter can't bury the corner three. Let's see if Virginia can punch back out of the timeout. Saunders lines up a three. Got it! Back-to-back threes, and Virginia's back within two. John Paul Jones Arena has come alive. Del Jones trying to quiet the crowd, comes up empty.
They have the advantage inside with Saunders. If they decide to post him, they're going to come his side of the floor and post up.
Shot clock down to 6. Floated to Saunders, couldn't control it, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, they had him early in the shot clock and missed him. But Rohde just walks into one. And Saunders comes right back with a three of his own. And we talked about the magic number for UVA. They have to make at least 10 threes. They're 8 of 15 here. Just a few off the pace. You can see they're only a basket away from tying this game up. And it's a big part of their offense in the season. Is a big part of their offense here today.
Chase Hunter, the floater falls. Clemson back up by 4. Hunter's been a little quiet for his standards. Averages near 17 points per game, only 6 this afternoon.
Well, this is a balanced attack team. They're not going to just run their offense through him. They'll run plays for him, but he does a great job of not forcing things, which is why his percentage is so high.
Robinson took flight and was fouled. Lahkin second. Virginia, their bench saying that should have been a shooting foul. Instead, it was originally called on the floor. Ted Valentine and Jerry Heater talking it over. And they are changing it to a shooting foul, so Ron Sanchez is talking with the officials, worked out.
Yeah, you had to call that a shooting foul. It's a lob. He's trying to catch and finish that.
Now Robinson, the redshirt freshman from Peachtree City, Georgia, he's been a big boost to this front court. Very young front court. You got a sophomore and 2 freshmen for Virginia.
Yeah, you got 15 fouls to deal with the bigs on the opposing team, and Robinson struggles from the free throw line of all their bigs.
One possession game. Clemson has controlled this second half, though. Zachary, tough take, and it rolls in. Jaden Zachary.
Cannot allow him to get to that right hand, driving to the basket.
40 points in the paint out of Clemson's 51. That has been the game plan since tip-off. Rohde up and in. The floater falls for Andrew Rohde.
Got to mix up your coverage. You can't continue to chase behind that screen. If you do, you can never get back in front of the ball. They're either going to have the pull-up jump shot or the floater.
Virginia's made 3 in a row. Shot clock down to 7. Zachary finds Lahkin. Goes into Robinson. Viktor Lahkin, count it, plus the foul. And it's the 4th foul against Robinson. Tough take by Viktor Lahkin on the inside.
Just great patience there. Gets it inside, shot fakes, gets Robinson and leaves his feet, jumps through his chest. And as I say to you all the time, Jay, the favorite play they love to say, and one. He yells to his bench.
Well, Dabo's sitting on the couch screaming, the Lahkin monster.
The Lahkin monsters start to make plays.
Converts the and one. You know, the big games this season for Clemson, Lahkin has been the X factor. 22 points against Duke and Carolina. The Tigers now a 6-point lead, looking for 6 straight wins since that triple overtime loss to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Lahkin's versatility, or the Lahkin monster's versatility against bigs. He can post you up inside, he can drive you, but he can also stretch your defense and shoot threes.
And Lahkin reaches in there, McKneely draws the foul. 2-possession. The SEC ACC challenge. McKneely can't hit the 3 out of the timeout with that win against Kentucky. It was the rest of the league that struggled in early December.
Yeah, it's for the ACC. If you're Clemson, you're Wake, you're SMU, you're fighting for that 4th spot right now. Carolina has the best chances as of now. SMU and Wake Forest need to do a lot of work in the ACC tournament. They want to punch their ticket.
And Clemson's already secured a double bye in the ACC tournament. They're playing for NCAA tournament seeding. Schieffelin gets free, rocks the rim again. He's got 19, and the birthday boy has delivered big time for the Tigers.
He has. Just done it in different ways as well. That time comes up, slips the ball screen. Great call by Brad Brownell. Clear out the weak side. No one there's to help.
1 rebound shy of a double-double. Murray fades away. That rattles in and out, no good.
That's a good defensive possession there again by the Tigers. Forcing a contested 2.
Dell Jones, he's been aggressive in the second half. Kicks it out. Schieffelin tried to show off the range there. Another offensive rebound. Clemson's been much better on the glass in this second half, out-rebounding Virginia 14-4.
Chauncey Wiggins is a guy that if he can get going, if he can find a way to get going, he would just add something to this Clemson Tiger team. He's not as aggressive as you'd like for him to see him.
Backdoor open for Isaac McKneely. He's got 16 to lead the Hoos. 2-possession game. Jones regathers, goes up. And Clemson back up by 8.
Jones is really aggressive. He's just putting his head down, just getting to the rim, trying to make a play. That time, got to the rim, just won't get an easier 2 than that. Danny Ainge is the guy I think has got to get going here. He's the one guy that can create his shot off the bounce against these Clemson backcourt.
Shot clock down to 4. Kofi has to hurry. Contested jumper, no good. Schieffelin has the rebound now. 23 career games with a double-double, and he's moved to 7th place all-time in Clemson rebounding history. Zachary working on Tane Murray, spins his way free, and he'll get 2 at the line. The tomorrow morning College Game Day crew in South Bend, Indiana, 11 a.m. Eastern, and then an ESPN doubleheader. Number 3 Notre Dame taking on Louisville at noon. And South Carolina hosting Kentucky. A terrific afternoon of women's hoops, starting with College Game Day at 11 a.m. Now, Ian Schieffelin has stolen the show here on the road in Virginia. Double-double, 19 points, 11 rebounds on his birthday, turning 22 today. After he scored a season-high 24 points on Wednesday, he's playing his best basketball of the season at the right time.
Well, this Clemson Tiger team in general is playing well, and he's starting to pick it up. And an embarrassment of riches for Brad Brownell. And we talked about it in the open. Their balance of their team. They don't have to rely on one guy to carry this team. Everyone has a job to do. Just do your job. Let the basketball find you on the offensive end. We'll exploit the coverage, and no one does that better than this Clemson Tiger team.
A 9-point lead for Clemson. That's their largest lead of the afternoon. 4:40 to play. The Tigers just hit another gear in this second half. Can Virginia find a punch back down the stretch? Kofi flies to the rim and misses the layup.
Kofi was a little late on his roll there. Miscalculated how far he was. He had an easy dunk had he taken just one dribble or cut harder. Down 9. Clemson's trying to take control of this game. You need a basket like that.
Right back to Schieffelin. He's fouled. Virginia has no answer for Schieffelin in this second half.
They don't. He's just overpowered them inside. Kofi, Robinson, Buchanan, neither of the three has been able to handle this chef in the paint.
In today's modern game of college basketball, there's just not many Ian Schieffelins who is going to go 4 years, one school, no transferring, just sticking to the program, developing, getting better every year. Brad Brownell has done such a good job with Schieffelin.
That's a credit to Brad Brownell and his staff to be able to keep him. I mean, it's not like he snuck up with anybody. We knew what he was this year. Playing his way into some all-conference considerations as well.
But how many coaches we go around the ACC talk about how important player retention is, and Clemson got that right. Ames, pull up pop, can't stick it, and a foul on the rebound. Ian Schieffelin fired up. His Tigers team up 11, 3:50 left. Times 3 of those losses have come in overtime. Just feels like even if they're not playing their best like we saw in the first half, they can find that second gear and punch back. Difficult to put away.
They're never going to be out of a game because their offense does not affect their defense. They're going to continue to defend. They can switch. That time they tried to run a clear-out play to clear out the side, so there's no help on Lahkin. But Larkin's ability when he's on the floor to protect at the rim, the guards pressure you on the perimeter. You can see now they're extending their defense. They just have balance at every level. They don't rely on one person to carry him. They can play any style, if it's up-tempo, if it's a controlled pace like it is now.
McKneely denied. Great defense by Zachary. Big Clemson 3 minutes away from their 16th ACC win of the season. That would extend their most conference wins in a single season in program history.
Be their 8th road win. They'll be 8-1. They pull this out.
Incredible when you think about it.
Again, it's been a foregone conclusion. We've talked about Duke.
We've got a wedgie temporarily. Jump ball, possession arrow with Clemson. You're right. Everyone's talking about Duke, 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 Duke. If the Blue Devils lose one of their last 3 games and Clemson wins out, Brad Brownell will have a tie of the ACC regular season.
And don't get us started on where that goes. If Duke loses one and Louisville's tied, then it depends on who Duke loses to gets the #1 seed in the ACC tournament. So I don't think anyone knows that.
Yeah, the conference office does not want that to happen. They'll be up late crunching numbers. But Brad Brownell, what a season. I agree. I think when you look at all the statistics, and there's a lot of them, for Clemson, it's their road record, particularly in conference. This would be their 7th straight ACC road win, which would be the most ever in program history. And this is all the makings of a team that can make a deep run, not only during Champ Week at the ACC tournament, but get to a Final Four.
And they're a team that no one's talking about. You know, no one's talking about them.
We're talking about it.
Oh, we definitely are, and rightfully so. But, I mean, nationally talking about this team making a deep run. With the experience they're coming off a year ago, they did lose a lot with P.J. Hall, but they're versatile now. And
are they better than they were a year ago? Is this team better than that Elite Eight team?
I won't say that they're better. I think they're better defensively, for sure, which is why they always have a chance playing against anybody. I think they have everything rolling. The only thing they have to unlock is to get Chauncey Wiggins going, turn his motor on, leave it on. I think he elevates them even more.
They have dominated the paint, 46 points in the paint, which is a season high. And for as well as Virginia played in the first half, it has been all Clemson in this second half. They go into the paint again to make it 48 points in the paint. And what a response from Clemson after that triple overtime loss to Georgia Tech. Difficult stretch of games, and they're about to make it 6 straight wins. In this second half effort, as Ames knocks one down and Virginia takes a timeout. They were down 5 at halftime and outscoring the Hoos 37-20 in this second half.
It's just been defense turning into offense, getting them easy baskets, and they run great stuff on the offensive end. The problem is, you don't want to play them if they're a lower seed, if you're a higher seed with the expectations of beating this team. This team is just well balanced.
Turnover, but McKneely can't cash in on the 3. Rhodey commits a frustration foul. McKneely got a great look.
He did.
Would have cut it to single digits.
They really dialed in on McKneely. Got hot early, knocked down those 3 quick threes. Since then, he hasn't been able to get many open looks. Wiggins is on the floor now. Love to see him get himself going, stay aggressive, and continue to be a factor.
Ames knocks it down. Could be too little too late for Virginia here. Still down 11. Clemson forced to take a timeout. Good pressure by Virginia.
See Clemson now spreading the floor.
Into Lahkin, who's fouled.
That's just another little thing there, Jay, that how many teams could bring their center up full court to help with the press break and put him at the free throw line to make free throws to close out a game?
Viktor Lahkin.
Now this will feel good for Clemson as they close in on this win against Virginia. The Cavaliers had won 15 of the last 16 meetings. You know, in the first half, it looked like Virginia was in control, a 5-point halftime lead, but in this second half, Clemson hit a new gear. Ames lays it up and in, cuts it to 9. Only a minute to go, though. Lahkin heaves it deep, finds Dylan Hunter, and he's fouled. And now Clemson shooting 2 in the double bonus.
The guards at Clemson, and guys, you don't want to foul. If you're going to foul, it's got to be Dylan Hunter, Chase Hunter, and Zach Attack. Shooting well over 80%. Dylan Hunter is shooting 58% right now, and most of his is because he doesn't shoot a lot of attempts. He's not a guy I think you're going to seek out to shoot, seek out the foul to put him at the line. He's just starting to play a lot more late in the year, into the starting lineup now. He didn't start early. Playing exceptional defense for Brad Brownell's Tigers.
Ames, step back 3, goes begging. Dylan Hunter corrals the rebound and is fouled again. And Clemson 48 seconds away from their 7th straight ACC road win, the most in program history 16 overall ACC wins, also a single season program record. And depending what happens elsewhere, maybe Clemson cracks in to the top 10 on Monday.
Yeah, we got to get through the weekend, and this is a good win against a really good Virginia team that's playing better than their record. Like, throw that record out. Clemson Tigers have come in and earned this victory if they can hold on for 48 seconds, which it looks like they will.
This one was hanging in the balance for about 30 minutes, but the last 10 minutes, Clemson able to separate, and that's what makes a good team great, is when you're not playing your best in the first 20 minutes, you just find a way to get into a rhythm and close this game out, particularly on the road.
Winning on the road is always hard, and you're playing against a team that's also playing their best basketball of the season. Forces you to grind out a win, and they've done a great job of doing so here today.
McKneely leaves it for Saunders, misses the layup. And Clemson's going to dribble this out. 13-point lead, a remarkable second half, outscoring the Hoos 42-24.
It's a great win here by the Clemson Tigers. Come in, not your best stuff. Didn't have your fastball, but a lot of that was UVA.
McKneely commits the foul there. I don't know why Clemson wasn't even looking at the basket.
I don't know what that was about. I don't know if they're trying to get someone in the game to play. Yeah, trying to get one of their senior walk-on in the game. Get him in the scoring book.
This is Bryce Walker. It's senior day, and Walker checks in for Tane Murray, who was also celebrated. Those are the two seniors on the roster for Virginia.
Great moment for Walker to be able to play in the game, and giving Tane Murray, who stuck out through everything here. It's a transition, been a leader for this group, and
you got to let Walker take one here, right?
Yeah, go score, buddy.
Into the box score on senior day. But make no mistake about it, Clemson, a second half surge, makes it 7 straight ACC road wins for the Tigers.
Clemson Tigers, 12 of their last 13 games. This team is deep, this team is balanced, they're playing their best basketball, and they're making